All right, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. You are watching the 9 at Night. I'm Stephania Jimenez. Low voter turnout, power outages, and long lines. These were just some of the issues that voters dealt with yesterday. And now that we're a day removed from Election Day, our Camelia Juarez breaks down what happened.
Polling sites closed Tuesday, but votes are still coming in through the mail.
This election will not be over until next Tuesday. So bear with us. There are not close elections, close results, but the law allows us to count any ballots that are delivered today.
And yesterday, people who were voting in person on the north side of Bexar County dealt with a brief power outage. It lasted 30 minutes. Election Administrator Jackie Callanan says they used generators to restore power. Long lines were reported at UTSA's polling site, despite a UTSA official telling KSAT there were 8 poll workers there. The polling location did not close until 11 last night, well after the 7 closing time. Callanan says she's going to speak to the election judge to find out what went wrong because all the equipment was identical across the county.
For instance, Brookalla, they're usually one of our #1 sites, Brookalla Library, and her line was gone by 7:30. And so, again, we're going to look into a lot of that stuff. It'll take us a while.
Last night, KSAT reported Chavano police responding to someone who was yelling and causing a scene outside City Hall where people were casting their vote. The person left after police arrived.
We are getting a lot of complaints, definitely. People are complaining if they have to wait in line. People are complaining if they have to update their address. And if it takes them any longer, if they have to move to the side to fill out any other paperwork, they're angry. Of course, there's just a lot of emotion out there.
Bexar County election officials in charge of polling location security told KSAT last night there have been no other issues reported. Despite a few minor challenges, Callanan says the Election Day report was completed by 12:41 last night. She says that's earlier than usual. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Another news now, he says that he doesn't remember it. That's what we're hearing from San Antonio Councilman Councilman Perry regarding his involvement in a hit-and-run crash Sunday night near his home. Now, KSAT, if you remember, broke this story Monday night that Perry was a suspect in a hit-and-run investigation. A police report states that an officer found Perry lying in his backyard, moaning with a cut on his head and smelling of alcohol. Now, he also told an officer that he hadn't been driving his car that night. Until now, he's been silent on the allegations. He was a no-show at council today. He was also replaced at a City Veterans Day event this afternoon. But today at 3:40 p.m., he emailed reporters saying, quote, "I was in a car crash on Sunday. I clearly hit my head and don't really remember it. The next morning, I went to the doctor and spent a day and a half at BAMC for treatment and observation. I'm very sorry for the hassle this is causing everyone, and I'm fully cooperating with everyone to resolve it properly," end quote. Now, at this point, Perry hasn't been charged with anything, but the investigation is ongoing. Nearly 9 years after the fatal shooting of an Incarnate Word student, his family and the university have officially settled a wrongful death lawsuit. Senior Cameron Reedus was shot multiple times outside of his off-campus apartment by UIW Corporal Christopher Carter in December of 2013 after Carter attempted to pull over Reedus. The death of the popular student divided that school community and also raised questions about the vetting and the training of the school's police officers. Carter resigned from the university a year later and was cleared of criminal wrongdoing by a Bexar County grand jury the following spring. In a statement, an attorney for the family of Reedus said the settlement terms are confidential, but through it, Reedus's parents are going to be able to honor the memory of their son. Now, San Antonio firefighters are trying to figure out how a home on Harriman Place caught fire not once, but twice this morning. Now, we're told the initial fire happened after 8 last night. The flames were on the back side of the house. Firefighters knocked those out quickly, but just after 3 this morning, crews were called back out to the same house. Now, this time, the fire was in the front part of the home. Now the home is just gone, and firefighters are calling these fires suspicious. Now, another fire at a northwest side, side apartment is also being investigated. Firefighters were called out to the Songbird Apartments off of Callahan and Fredericksburg just before 10 o'clock last night. Crews put those flames out quickly, but no one was physically hurt, but the fire did leave one person without a home. In other news, it was a big celebration as administrators for a local school broke ground for a new campus. KIPP Texas Public Schools is officially opening another campus off of Callahan Road. The groundbreaking ceremony for KIPP Somos Primary and KIPP Somos Collegiate Campus was held this morning. The new facility is going to accommodate 2,000 students.
We are so excited that students will have their opportunity to continue to prepare for college and beyond. And it's our focus to make sure that all of our students get the very best education, and so they can contend with the gatekeepers of social mobility and do anything they want.
The new school is set to welcome students next August. So now let's focus on tonight and the rest of the week. Here's meteorologist Adam Caskey with your forecast.
Thursday, really more of the same, but get ready on Friday for a strong cold front to arrive. So let's plan it out for you. Thursday morning, 68 degrees at 7 a.m., humid, cloudy, few sprinkles. By the afternoon, some sunshine, 82 degrees, southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. Friday morning, no jacket necessary. We'll be in the 70s. Low clouds, still sticky out there, but by the noon hour, that's about when the cold front's going to arrive, temperatures will start to drop quickly and scattered rain's likely to develop. Scattered showers, a few thunderstorms, Friday afternoon, even into the evening hours. Not everybody's going to get hit by, however, just widely separated. And look what happens Friday afternoon. We drop down into the 50s with wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour. So an upside down day where it's actually warmer in the morning and cooler in the afternoon, and the cooler air sticks around. Highs near 60 this weekend and even into next week.
Okay, I hope that you paid attention to the weather for this Saturday, because that is when San Antonio is hosting its Veterans Day Parade downtown. It's a KSAT community event. The patriotic event returns after the pandemic put it on pause for the last few years. Final preparations underway right now. The Veterans Day Parade starts at noon near 4th Street and Alamo Street, and it ends at San Saba Street. Now, we're not done, because in addition to that parade, Veterans Day at Hemisphere returns for its second annual event. Things are going to kick off with a charity run at 8 o'clock. Hemisphere is going to be filled with music, food, and other vendors. Also, it is free, open to everybody. If you want more details, just head to our website and click on the KSAT community section. So exciting stuff this weekend. In other news now, with energy costs on the rise, you can expect to pay more to heat your home this winter, so it's really important to make sure that your furnace runs efficiently. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz shows us how a few easy fall fixes can make your home more comfortable.
When the seasons change, so does the climate inside your home. That includes the quality of the air you breathe. For some things, you do need a pro, but simple filter changes you can do yourself. Take your central AC and heat. You don't have to wait for servicing to install clean filters.
A dirty furnace or air conditioning filter can release particles into the air and can eventually damage your HVAC system.
Locate the filters near the units, as well as the air returns in the walls or ceiling. The size is printed right on the side, so you can buy the right one and pop it in. Your heating system can make your home's air dry, causing itchy eyes and dry skin.
A good humidifier goes a long way to keeping you comfortable, but you need to clean it regularly in order to prevent bacteria from building up.
Generally, Consumer Reports says you should rinse and dry the tank daily and deep clean it with vinegar and water once a week. Check the owner's manual for how often to replace the filter or wick. Next, air purifiers. They can't do their job well unless the air is pulled through a clean filter. Change that filter according to the manufacturer's instructions, usually every 6 to 12 months. Changing these filters can not only be money savers, but can help you breathe easier too. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And just like that, we're out of time. The 9 at Night returns tomorrow. Have a beautiful night, and we'll see you then.